every day you gotta go out there and work because there's someone out there working too. And if you stop, I think they can pass you up. So every day, my coaches push me, I push myself, and my teammates push me. My mother brought me up real good. And it's pretty easy because the way I was brought up, and she taught me so much things besides basketball. And that helps me be level-headed.
What is your individual long-term goal right now as a 16-year-old? What's your long-term goal?
To get to the NBA.
Do you want to be the best?
Yeah.
I read somewhere you said you want to be the best defender, best shooter, best pass. What do you have to improve on between now and the NBA?
Maybe getting stronger defensively and shooting the three.
I told my teammates today that I was feeling it. Before I even got on the court, I felt like tonight was the night. I don't know why. When I know my jumper is on tonight, and at the Minter game, I feel like I'm unstoppable. You know, and tonight the jumper fell. I hit my first 3 shots from the outside, and then once you get the jumper going, you can get a lot of moves to get to starting. You know, I got a couple pump fakes and some fouls, and you know I can bring out the whole arsenal once my jumper is flowing.
Well, there's just really no way you can get ready for the NBA because I play high school basketball, even coming from college. There's no way you can get ready for the NBA. It's just try to prepare yourself as mentally as you can. Well, pressure been following me my whole life, and I just feel like anything that I have to do to take the pressure off me, and that's just playing my game, and that's not hard at all.
Well, speaking of Jordan, a lot of comparisons to Michael Jordan. He won 6 NBA titles with the Chicago Bulls. Can you deliver an NBA title to Cleveland?
I'm going to just try to get my team better every day. I can't promise the NBA championship to no one, but I can make sure that my teammates will get better every day.
I set out a goal 2 years when I came back to bring a championship to this city. I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and against all odds, I don't know why we want to take the hardest road. I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest road, but it's nothing the man above don't put you in situations that you can't handle. And I just kept that same positive attitude, like instead of saying why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do.
And a Game 7 is one game. It's sudden death, and it doesn't matter what's going on at that point. I believe one game. I'm gonna take myself every time. If you just give me one game for it all, I'm gonna take myself. And
history. We in the record books. We're the first team ever to come back from a 3-1 deficit. This is special.
When you're growing up in a city where not many make it out, and they see this kid right here has a lot of talent, they expect for you to save the whole city. And you don't feel it as much in the beginning, but as the years go on and you start to feel, the pressure and how many people are riding on you to succeed, not only for you and your family, but for everyone. You definitely can feel that. A first generational money maker in the household is a scary thing. And for an 18-year-old, I go from being sitting in classrooms in May, graduating high school, to being a multi-millionaire a month later. I had no idea what he was doing at the other end of the table. I just seen him writing.
Yeah.
And he was talking, had his head down. He was making sure he didn't get anything wrong on that on that check. And when he slid it down there and he said, listen, if you take this right now, you just promised me you won't go talk to Nike or Adidas. You can take this right now. And I was lost for words at the beginning. I mean, shit, we flew in. I flew in from Akron, Ohio, Spring Hill, from the projects. I mean, our rent is like $17 a month.
Exactly.
And now I'm looking at a $10 million check
that you can leave with.
Yeah, and go to high school and go back to the classroom the next day.
I always tell people that you were going to homeroom the next morning.
I was going to homeroom the next morning, so I'm like, holy shit. That's my first initial thing. But if he's willing to give me a $10 million check right now, what is it to say that Nike or Adidas is not willing to give me 20 or 30, up front? Or to say that maybe the upfront money is not even the biggest thing. Maybe let's start thinking about the back end, and I think when we started to look at our endorsement deals as partnerships, I think that's when a lot of it started clicking for me, of saying, you know what, we're not just here to hold your product, or we're not here just to talk your product. We're here to work with you. to how we can figure out how that product may look better on that bookshelf, you know, and how it can live sometimes not without even, you know. And once we started doing that, and I started seeing us become more and more and more seasoned at doing that, I was like, you know, there's no reason why we can't start our own thing. Just to say that you bet on yourself and you started from the bottom. Yeah. You started from the bottom and you created something where you can look at it and say, wow, we did that. We did that. And we own that. Yep. And we own that. That's a really cool thing. Throughout this journey of mine, I'm just like, you know, we always talk about the process. You know, in the process of me trying to become the greatest of all time or maximize, you know, my potential as a player, I also have to be able, once I leave battle or leave competition, to have to accept the fact that there's certain things that I maybe don't know or don't know enough of, so I have to ask questions. You know, it's a challenging thing, but at the same time, I know that once I get off the floor, there's going to be more time in my life spent off the floor than on the floor. From age 9 to, if you make it to 40, that's 31 years of your life. But from 40 to 85, 90, hopefully I'm lucky to get to 90, that's 50 years. So, you know, I still have to live life, you know, beyond the heart.
It's so hard to take the high road. I've been doing it for 13 years. It's so hard to continue to do it, and I'm going to do it again.
Making a statement on both sides of the floor. Says to the two-time MVP, get it out of here. Not on my watch.
James, fouled by Garnett, his fifth.
I'm taking the high road again.